got a Just For You card that uses one of our vintage perfume bottles, so it's a really nice card for any of your girlfriends. I have several items here that we've used. We are going to be doing a little bit of stamping with the Elemental Swirl stamp. There's two, the Swirl and the Sentiment you get in this set. We are also going to be adding a little bit of detail with the mirrored mini striplet, the Java from the Indonesian collection, cutting out our sentiment stamp with the pierced flags. Got a couple flowers on here. Now this is the Succulent Garden set, but you can make some beautiful non-succulent looking flowers with it as well. And we're going to be using the outer dies from the Sumatra. And here is the vintage perfume set. We'll be using this one right here. So I think I'll start with the stamping. So let's pop that to the side. And I've got a piece of our antique gold card, and I'll give you a quick measurement. It is 7.5 by 5 1/8. And bring in our stamp. I need a clear, perfect medium. We're going to be doing some embossing here. So I'm going to just ink this up. This is an embossing ink. Give it a tap. There we go. And I'm just going to run over the top of this with an anti-static pad. There we go. Stamp this kind of off the page a little bit. Give it a good push. And it's a clear ink, so you probably won't see it until we put our powder on it. So let's just stamp a few more. Let's go this way. Give it a nice push. There we go. Ink it up each time by tapping it like that. Let's see if we can do maybe 2 more will do it. There we go. Perhaps like off the edge here. And I think 1 more should fill up that edge here. Pop that into place right about like that. There we go. Put this to the side. And I'm going to bring in a piece of copy paper to put underneath it. And our gold embossing powder. Now this is bright gold detail powder. So let's just pour it over the image. Give it a quick tap so you can start to see that come to life there. Get all the sides on it. And up here. There we go. Now if you've got any little bits that are just a little bit out, need dusting off, you can use a paintbrush to get those. This looks pretty good. Missed that corner. Put that back into our jar so we don't waste it. There we go. And let me grab my heat tool. Bring this in, and I'll just hold it. So it just takes a second, and you'll start to see it melt. So it changes. You've got that really kind of a dull look from the powder. And as it melts, it turns that shiny bright gold. You can sort of see if you've missed a spot, like right there. If you turn it to catch the light, you can see some of the powder sometimes. So that looks very good. Now that is a little warm, so we will set that aside. I've got one I've done earlier, and we've also started to do a little bit of cutting with this one. So I'm going to bring in the mirrored striplet. And we're going to line this piece up without the cutting edges on the far side and tape that into place. I'm just going to try and get it equal distance on both sides. So line it up just about like that. You could take and put a ruler on it and check it if you want. That's about right. Pop that onto place there. I'm going to go this direction down the roller. There we go. Back up. Let's see if that did the trick. Looks good. Roll some of those bits out. Okay. So now I want to back just this middle section of this striplet with a piece of black card in that same design. So I'll show you the way that I like to do this. And it doesn't even have to have a clean die to do that. So let me just tidy these up. So I want to back it in black. So I'm going to take 2 pieces, put them on top of each other, put my die on top, and rather than using a cutting plate, I'm going to bring in the Creative Expressions white adapter plate. It's considerably thinner. The top piece, right under the die, will cut, and the bottom piece should have just a really nice outline without a lot of bits taken out of it. So there's your one that's cut, and there you've got a really nice, very flat piece that you can cut around, and it will give you the perfect little center you're looking for. And I just find that's the easiest way to not cut through it by embossing, but still get my outline. So let's put a little bit of glue on the back here and try and hit all these strategic points where we can make sure that that stays nice and glued to this. Couple right here, I think right about there. Just try to catch that edge where we've cut. There we go, let's try that. Pop that into place. Just give it a little bit of room there. And I've got a tiny bit of glue coming through, but that will dry clear, so I'm not fussed about that. I'm going to bring over my backing. There we go. And I can use a bit more glue on the back around the edge here. And I'm just going to put a white backing, so the white will show through all the other part except for the black I put behind those 2 little sections, just to give a nice little highlight. There we go. And so you've even got your swirls that add some more dimension to that. So you've got lots of really nice things going on in the background there. So the next thing I'm going to bring in is the base piece. Now these have been cut with the Sumatra. I've got the outer edge with the piercing on it, then the next cutting edge, so I can layer these up. They make great mats and layers. A little bit of mounting foam there. Pop that right into the center. That looks good. Gone ahead and cut the Java in white, and I backed it with black, and let's just add some glue to the back of this one. We'll layer that up. Put that right in the center there. Oops, there we go. Move that around. Get that where you wanted. So I've cut our vintage perfume bottle with the gold mirror card, and I've backed it with the white. It's 2 separate dies so that you can do that. Pick out whatever color you like. Got a little bit of mounting foam in the middle here. Put that right into the center. And we're going to accent with a couple of the flowers. Now I've decided to go really bold with these. This is your Succulent Garden done out of black, and I've just gone around each of them with a gold edge, and I've used the one that looks like this, and it just gives you a beautiful flower. I've done a little bit of scrunching with it, so we're going to add a little bow and some white tulle underneath it. Pop that down in this corner like that. And I'm going to put the largest one right there on top of it. Put a little glue dot in place. I've got the 2 smaller ones I've made. And we are just going to add those on the top here. And I wanted to add a nice little sentiment to this. So what I've done is I've cut the, stamped the Just For You. And then I've cut it just with the bottom end of the tag. And I am going to add a little bit of a top to it that's just pointy, like that, and just shortened. We'll put a little bit of glue on the back. And I'm going to tuck it right underneath this flower so it'll just stick down below. And there you have it. Isn't that a gorgeous, opulent card for a friend? I would love to receive something like this. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Pop by the Party Craft blog. There's so many fun things there you'll see. Plus, we do a card giveaway every week.